All right, let's get straight into it. There's a cut and paste KDP book out there that's raking in 450 sales per day, which if we break that down is over $3,200 per month in net royalties. That's not revenue, that's what actually ends up in the publisher's pocket. And the best part is that this niche continues to be overlooked. It's not flashy, it's not trending on TikTok, but it sells all year round, and the interiors themselves aren't overly difficult to make. In fact, it can be finished the same day you start it. Now, when I first started KDP, I made the same mistake most beginners do, chasing the hot trending niches, thinking that's where the money was. But the truth is those markets get saturated fast and the competition is brutal. Then I found these simple interiors, books that don't take days or weeks to create, books that once published keep selling month after month, year after year. Now, if this is your first time here, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. So if this sounds like you, feel free to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. See, the beauty of this niche is that it caters to a very specific audience: parents, teachers, homeschoolers, caregivers, people who are actively searching for engaging educational activities for their kids. And because it's not some mainstream coloring book or journal, the competition is nowhere near as stiff. That means there's more opportunity for you to step in and claim a piece of the market. But what really makes this niche so powerful is the repeat purchases. People don't just buy one cut and paste activity book, they buy dozens. That's why this publisher is seeing 450 sales per day, because once customers find these books, they keep coming back for more. Now imagine having not just one book in this niche, but 10, 20, or even 50, each bringing in steady sales every single day. And at the end of the month, that adds up to something huge. So in this video, I'm going to break down this niche step by step. I'll show you how I find the niches that have real profit potential so you're not wasting time on duds, some actual books that are selling right now and what their interiors look like, and the exact keywords that help books rank higher on Amazon so more people see them and more people buy them. And if you stick around, I'll give you some free keywords that will help you when it comes to creating the title, the subtitle, and filling in those back-end keywords so you can maximize visibility and sales. This is honestly one of the easiest ways to build passive income with Amazon KDP. And once you get a system going and it's in place, you can repeat it over and over again, stacking multiple income streams that work for you 24/7. Now, if you're serious about learning the entire step-by-step process for creating and selling books on Amazon, I've got you covered. I put together the KDP Royalty Roadmap, my complete beginner-friendly guide that walks you through everything that you need to know, from research to publishing to design and making sales. So if you're interested, I'll put the link down below. With that being said, let's get started. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this niche on Amazon, the cut and paste activity book. Now, the first thing that we're going to notice is the total results that show up for this keyword is 718. We see an exact match of 8 out of 48 books on the first page, which means how many books are ranking for this exact keyword in their book's title. And then independently published books, meaning KDP books, 31 out of the 48. We see an average bestsellers rank of 349,000, average reviews 996, and the average price just under $8 with a niche score of 63. Now, all of this information can be had by Titan's Quick View, which is a free KDP extension that can be downloaded and installed from the Chrome Web Store. Just make a search for self-publishing Titans. It's going to be the first one right here, Titan's Quick View, Amazon Niche Finder, and it's going to give you some useful things like the information that we just saw, as well as a quick view for the BSR data on Amazon, which I'll show you in a second. You can also install this Titans Pro, which is going to give you this AMZ suggestion expander, which I'm going to show you what it looks like. So if you install both of these, you're going to see exactly what I'm seeing. Now, if we head on over back to Amazon and we look at some of these books, we can see this one right here has a pretty good bestsellers rank at 187,000. We see this one right here also 474,000, and we have a bestseller right here at 183, and this one right here is ranking in at 37,000. So we see a lot of books here that's showing that there is demand, that people are looking for these types of books. We have another one right here at 172,000, and even a Valentine's Day one still ranking at just under 300,000. Now, when I'm looking into a niche and I'm trying to do research, trying to see if there's potential for profits, I'm looking for 3 specific things. Number 1 has to do with the competition. So there's no point putting a book up in an overly competitive niche. So I'm looking for search results that have about 1,000 or less, because this is just going to tell me that there's going to be a better chance at ranking my book on the first, second page of Amazon so that it can be seen and it can be sold. Number 2 has to do with demand. there's no point putting a book up on Amazon if people aren't looking for that type of book. And so in order to judge demand, I'm looking for 3 or more KDP books that all have a bestsellers rank of 300,000 or below, which basically tells me that these books are consistently selling right now, which means that there's some sort of demand right here. And then number 3, I'm looking for a niche score that's provided by Titan's Quick View that basically validates the first 2 steps, and that is a score of at least 50. So if we put those 3 steps into action, step 1, we see total results below that 1,000 or so that I'm looking for at 718, which tells me that this competition is not so competitive that there's going to be a better chance at getting ranked highly on the first couple pages of Amazon so that people can actually see your books and so that they can actually buy them. Now with the second step, we're going to actually look through these books now instead of glancing at them. And I'm going to skip all the sponsored products because this is where publishers are paying to basically boost their book up the search rankings. So the first book that I see is this one right here. It has a very low BSR at 790. However, when I highlight over it, we can see under publisher, it doesn't say independently published, which is what I'm looking for. So although this book shows demand and it's showing that people are interested in this type of book, I'm really looking for KDP books because that's what we're competing with. We want to know if there are other KDP books that are selling well. The next one, same deal, very low BSR, but it's not a KDP book. The next one, same deal, low BSR, but it's not a KDP book. However, once we get to this bestseller with this bestsellers badge, we can see that under publisher, it says independently published, with a bestsellers rank of 183. So this is one of those books that is selling very well, showing demand for this niche. And we're really just looking for 2 more of these types of books. The next one is not a KDP book, but this one right here is a KDP book, ranking in at 37,000. So that's 2 books showing demand. I'm really only looking for 1 more. I skip this customers frequently viewed section and move on to the next row. All of these sponsored products I skip, and then I get onto the next row, which I see this one right here, cut and paste alphabet book, independently published with a bestsellers rank of 172,000. So right then and there, there's already 3 books showing demand for this niche, but we're gonna see a few more here. This one is ranked at 178,000. This one, 162,000. If we keep scrolling down, we have this cut and paste Valentine's Day, still ranking below 300,000. And then this one in the 300,000s, this one is 88,000. And so we see a lot of demand for this book all the way to the end of the first page where we're probably going to see some more books selling well. This one, Scissor Skills, 140,000, which scissor skills is another term for cut and paste. So now that we know that there's a lot of demand for this niche, the one last thing that I look at is a niche score from Titan's Quick View, and we see 63, well above that 50 that I'm looking for. So when all 3 of my steps are satisfied, it basically points me in the direction that there is potential for profits here. So now it's really time to look at the interiors of the books, at some examples of the books that are selling well, and see if we can actually create this type of book. Now, if we take a look at this book, this is the Scissor Skills Preschool Activity Book. Learn to cut lines, shapes, fruits, animals for kids, preschool, 3 to 5-year-olds. Now, like I said, Scissor Skills is interchangeable with cut and paste. It's technically the same type of book. This one has the #1 bestsellers badge, 5 stars, 82% overall 5-star. However, it is running at a pretty low price at $3.99. So the royalties or the profits on this book is actually pretty low. As we can see with this Amazon KDP royalty calculator, I put in the page count, the list price, and we see for standard royalty, only 24 cents, and actually not even anything on the extended distribution. And if we look at the price breakdown, well, we can see most of that is the printing cost, $2.15. We have Amazon's fee, and then leftovers 24 cents, which can be attributing to the bestsellers badge and why this book is ranking so high at 183. Now, if we go here to this graph, I like to look at this to see if a book I'm working with or a niche I'm looking to get into is going to have an evergreen quality to it, which means that is it going to sell year round or is it going to spike with seasonal demand? Now, if I go back 6 months, well, we can see it goes up and down, but if I go all time, we can see that it in fact is an evergreen type of book because look how flat this line is. and remains well throughout the year. Obviously, if you zoom in, you can see the ups and downs, but really what you want to do is you want to zoom out and really you can see the effect of the Evergreen Niche right here. Now, if we scroll down to look at some A+ content, this is where we're going to see the interiors of the book. Cut the slanting lines. So here's an image of a monkey, some bananas, and some dashed lines with an image of a scissor. And this is basically where the customer, or the kid in this case, is going to cut across this line. And it's as simple as that. Now here's another one, watermelon with some dashed lines, cutting the zigzag lines right here, color and cut the flower. This one is cut the lines. And basically that's what it is. You cut on the dashed lines. So the whole point of this interior is really just to be creative. Now, if we take that bestsellers rank of 183 and we put it into this KDP book sales calculator, we can see that's good for 450 sales per day, over 13,000 book sales per month, and in royalties or money terms, that's over $100 per day and over $3,200 per month from just one book. Now, if we take a look at another book, this is the cut and paste activity book for kids, food edition. So same thing, cut and paste, we see scissor skills right here. This one's priced at $9.89, so a lot higher, 4.7 out of 5 overall. And if we go ahead and look at the interior real quick, this book is gonna be a colored interior, and this was gonna be the ice cream scoop. And then you just assemble your ice cream on top of the cone. This one's gonna be create your own pizza. Here are the ingredients. So this one's gonna be a little bit more advanced than the previous book because there are no actual dashed lines here to cut out these ingredients or whatever the image is. This one is for a salad. And then this one, you're gonna cut out the picture of the fruit and then place it where it belongs. Now, if we go ahead and take a look at that bestsellers rank of 37,608, now keep in mind it is standard color. So that comes out to about $19 per day and about $572 per month in estimated royalties. Now, one way you could go about creating this book is by using Creative Fabrica and just looking through their interiors here. This is going to give you a lot of inspiration on how to actually create the interiors of this book. For example, if you look at this interior, you can kind of copy what they're doing and just add your own pictures, your own images, but you can kind of get an idea of how to build your book. You can also use Creative Fabrica to look for actual clip art for your book. So here's one, alphabet clip art, ABC illustrations. So you can actually use these individual elements and you can go ahead and add the dashed lines. You can create your activities and you can do a bunch of things with these interiors so that you can create your own cut and paste activity book. Now, if you're interested in making your own cut and paste activity book, I made a video specifically about this. So if you want to go ahead and watch that tutorial, go ahead and click on the marker on top of this video so you can go ahead and watch that. Now that we know that this niche has potential for profits, one of the most important parts is actually the keywords that you use in your title, subtitle, and those back-end keywords. So let me show you how I go about doing this. Now, if we go back on Amazon, the easiest way to find more keywords related to the keyword that you're using or the niche that you're looking into is to just go ahead and click on the search bar here on Amazon. It's going to come up with these suggestions right here, which is what people are actually searching for right now. Cut and paste activity book for kids, toddler, kindergarten cut and paste activity book, preschool, color cut and paste, cut, glue, paste activity book. So these are just some examples right here. Now, if you have Titans Pro installed, which is one of the extensions that I talked about earlier, you can go over here and look for this purple T. Titans Pro is going to come up with some more Amazon search suggestions. And so we can see here actual age ranges, 5 to 6, 5 to 8, 2 to 4, ages 5. And these are going to be all keywords that you can go after when it comes to your title, your subtitle, and those backend keywords. And what I actually do is I'll actually take all of these keywords and paste them onto a spreadsheet, and I'm gonna collect even more information. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the keyword, I'm gonna put it in my spreadsheet, and I'm gonna look for a couple different things. I'm gonna look for the search results. I'm gonna look if there's 3 books under 300,000 BSR. I'm also gonna keep track of the average BSR on the first page, as well as that niche score. So basically all the things that we talked about in this video. And I'm gonna do that for every single keyword that I see right here. Now, another way to find keywords really fast without actually having to do the hard work is to use Publisher Rocket's reverse ASIN lookup. Now, if you go ahead and click here, you just enter the ASIN or the ISBN of any book, and it's going to come up with these keywords. So for example, if we look at this one right here, scroll all the way down, you're going to find the ASIN or the ISBN, which is going to be right here. And then go ahead and copy that and then paste it into Publisher Rocket. And you're gonna come up with all of these keywords. Now, once you have these keywords, you can go ahead and click on the magnifying glass, just like I'm doing right here, to come up with more information. We can see the first row has to do with the average sales per month. The next row is gonna be the searches per month on Amazon, and then the competition score that Publisher Rocket uses. So what you're really looking for is a high amount of average sales, a high amount of searches per month, which can be seen by the color green, and also a low competition score, which can be seen here by the color green. So if you see two greens with a high enough average monthly sales, that is another keyword that you can put onto your list. So for example, this toddler cut and paste activity book, this is exactly what I would do. I would go ahead and copy this. I will go to Amazon and make a search for that keyword, and we're gonna get this information. This one is showing over 6,000 results, a niche score of 54, and I'm gonna quickly glance through the first page to see if there's 3 books ranking under 300,000 BSR. So there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. So I'm gonna keep track of all this information. And I'm gonna do this with all of the keywords that I get not only from Amazon, not only from the extension, but also from Publisher Rocket. So we can just keep clicking this magnifying glass and keep getting those keywords that we wanna look into and keep adding to our keyword list. For example, cut and paste activity book, cut and paste kids, cut and paste activity book age 5, and so on and so forth. Eventually, you're gonna get a list that looks like this, with all your cut and paste keywords. I also did some scissor skill keywords. I kept track of the search, the 3 under 300,000, the average first page, the niche score. And what I like to look for, obviously, are search results that have less than 1,000, 3 under 300,000, and a niche score that's at least 50. And once I can figure out those keywords are what's gonna make up my book's title, subtitle, and those backend keywords. Now, if you go to the description down below, I'm gonna give you a link to my keyword list. This is a list of 72 targeted cut and paste book keywords that you can use for your own cut and paste activity book. So go ahead, go to my Gumroad shop and grab that for yourself. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell, as well as follow me on all my socials at JeffSetLife. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.